And what is going on, baseball fans? But hey, man, long time no see.
What's going on, man?
Not much. The same as usual.
Nice.
Yeah, for those who don't know who are new or coming in, this is my buddy Luke or the Phillies Hot Stove Media. You probably remember that had him on, actually almost a year ago, which is crazy to think about. But kind of wanted. So, what have you been, man?
Good, man. How about you? Just tired of this ongoing work stoppage. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I want to kind of get your reaction on Juan Soto turning down his contract extension.
Yeah, I actually forgot to talk about that yesterday during my weekly update. I honestly, I'm really that surprised. I mean, I think first of all, that's a lot of money. But honestly, I think he's worth, probably a little bit less than $500 million. I predicted actually last year that Juan Soto would be baseball's first $500 million player, and that's probably what he's worth. So like, according to I'm going to call them the baseball nerds on Fangraphs, I think it was a massive underpay. The 13 years, $350 million, and that was not deferred money like they did with Harper. I mean, that was with the 10-year, $300 million offer he got in 2018. That was a full on the table offer. So it was just absolutely crazy. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's just like how it's just like. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, the kind of numbers he's put up, I wouldn't be surprised if he will get 500 million because the numbers he puts up is unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of people think he's going to go to the Mets apparently because
I don't think so. I don't know though,
not, but that's what I've been hearing.
But yeah, so
I definitely, I honestly, I always used to think he was going to stay with Washington and be like a legend.
Because he's their future over there.
Yeah, but I mean, he said I'm going to take it year by year. So that's the thing. Like, I don't know.
Ooh, that's very interesting. That's for me. I found that very interesting how he said that. Him and his agents want to take it year by year.
Of course, yeah. Honestly, I honestly wouldn't be surprised either way. I mean, because I actually for a while didn't think Harper was going to leave either, and he would have. Of course, he left as well.
Yeah.
But. Honestly, overall, like, if I would have been told that, even before even, said I accept or reject, I mean, I no way see him taking that, amount of money. I mean, of course, that's a lot of, as I said, a lot of money, but, just like, where he is in his career right now, I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's just like, I don't know though. I mean, I feel like they kind of low. I feel like that's a little bit low for Juan Soto. I kind of feel like
yeah.
Because I feel like this is kind of how. And you actually brought up a good point too. Like, it was one of your videos. Mike Rizzo is known for low ball. I think that's what they kind of did with. I don't know what they just let Harper walk. That I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
they didn't
that.
Make a big push.
But the fact that they low balled Juan Soto is. That that bugs me.
Apparently, they lowballed Rendon too. If you remember.
Yeah, I heard they also lowballed Rendon, but I don't think he wasn't having it.
No, they certainly didn't lowball Strasburg.
Yeah, the guy. I mean, when he's healthy, I mean he's good when he's healthy, but it's just
that's
he just has a track. He's a track record of being hurt.
Oh my gosh, 2019 was a fluke.
Yeah,
it was. It's looking more and more like that for the Nationals.
But I'll kind of get your thoughts on. I know this was a while ago, but Corey Knebel now wearing a Phillies uniform.
I love it. I mean, when he first signed here, I thought maybe he'd be our closer, but apparently, according to some sources coming from the Phillies, apparently they're not going to have him as the closer. Of course, we can't get an official word because of what's going on right now. But
yeah, that's true.
It was a great start, and unfortunately, it had to come to an annoying halt because of the owners just being owners and being annoying.
Or just being too greedy.
Yeah, right. And it was a great start to rebuilding this bullpen and getting it to where it needs to be, which is playoff bullpen. But still a lot of work to do because we have to remember we lost Hector Neris, and
which
we still need
at times I was kind of annoyed because I rather would like to keep him, but and I began to realize too he was already getting up there in age. He was about like 32 if I'm not mistaken the last time I checked.
I think it was time. Yeah.
But I think, but obviously with my buddy Coach Dante in the chat here, he is a Houston fan, so they're going to probably going to make great use out of him.
Oh, is he? What fan is he? An Astros fan?
Yeah, he loves everything. He's a Houston content creator.
Nice.
But yeah, so it's just like, yeah, I mean that's some really good points. It's like, I mean, there's a few spots I can think we could use like another couple long guys. I feel like I feel like Corey Cano's could probably want to be one of our setup men, probably the 8th, 7th, being like in Hector's role.
I was about to say that.
But I would not be surprised if they ever we'll split duties between him and Alvarado as the closer in some certain games. So I would not be surprised at that.
Yeah, well, hopefully it doesn't come down to that because I honestly I'd love to see us go out and sign Kenley Jansen. I know he's a choker in the postseason, but I think maybe
I wouldn't mind that.
Maybe it would be a different story.
Because I I actually made a video about that earlier about different trade predictions and all this stuff. It's like a few guys. My buddy Miles, he kind of brought them to my attention. Like a guy like Ramon Laureano has come to mind for the outfield help. Matt Chapman when it comes like the third base, because obviously we are getting the DH. So
Bones definitely, most likely going to be the DH, in my opinion.
And I think for me, it's just like if we can find if Middleton can find a way to get his head out of his ass, and actually if he can find a way to pull that off, I'll be impressed. But until I see it, even though we can't do anything at the moment, but that's kind of tough at the moment. But for me, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. I've been hearing a lot of good things from Mick Abel. I've been hearing a lot of especially great things from Bryson Stott down in Clearwater.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, I read an article the other day because I'm subscribed to I forget who it is, but it's like Ring the Bell or That Ball Is Out of Here, and they actually had an article and I agreed with it. It said that as of right now, like heading into 2022 season, Bryson Stott is in a better spot than Didi Gregorius is. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like at first I didn't know how to react to it at first. It's like shortstop, which then it came to mind that okay, yeah, we do need a shortstop because at the time I didn't feel like Didi was going to be lasting long here because I feel like this is more Bryson Stott.
Yeah, kind of like a stopgap. Yeah.
Yeah, like a place because I called Didi like a placeholder at the time when that came along. Right. It's just yeah, like you said, there's a lot of holes. I mean, if you can find a way to fill center field.
Center field is a nightmare. Because the market out there, I was thinking about that today. The market out there has been bad for a while.
Yeah, because usually it's always like the corner outfielders are probably the better markets when it comes to outfielders.
There's a surplus out there, like in the corners.
Because
surplus.
Yeah, because shit, I'm trying to think.
Jock Peterson,
it would be a
Castellanos.
See, Castellanos. Oh, that's tough. But then again, I would not be surprised if we snag two of them because I think those are going to be very good. Because obviously 100%. With having Harper and Wright, you could probably flip flop either or in the outfield. Because I think
just don't want him in center. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's true.
He was awful in center field in 2018 for the Nats.
What Jock?
Bryce Harper.
Harper. Yeah. Oh, right. I remember now. Oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like you could probably flip flop either Peterson or Castellanos from left and center because we all know that we're what's his name? McCutcheon's going to be finding somewhere to play or sign somewhere. Hopefully,
I see him going to a team like maybe like the Tigers or something like that.
I was thinking Detroit because they're like that's a sleeper team in the AL Central of what kind of the moves that they're been making. Because obviously bringing Javi Baez to play short because who I don't know who the original shortstop was, but I know he was just horrendous. I think having someone like Baez at times very undisciplined, but it's still a good hitter.
See, I thought Correa was their guy, but obviously.
I see that. See, me and a lot of others here at the that I've known that we thought Correa was going to go to the Tigers, but that wasn't the case.
Right.
Then again, I wouldn't be surprised if they went back to the Astros, though. I would be surprised.
Yeah, I forget who the Astros are looking at. Is it Trevor Story? Yeah.
Yeah, Story is another guy.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, that would be very interesting because it's like, I don't know, man. You could also, like, for the DH, I mean, you can think of it like a couple guys. I mean, Bohm could be one. Hoskins could be one. Or, like, you're going to get JT a day off behind the plate and not want to play on the field. Give him a chance. I mean, we have a lot of options.
100%. It's a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing.
That's just like, and number two, and it's just like, and I've kind of said this too, it's just like, I would like to see this in the National League because I don't like seeing pitchers getting hurt. Obviously, Jacob DeGrom, for example.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Because I think the first time he swung a bat, I think he hurt it. Like he had a sprained shoulder or something like that, or some that kind of injury that kept him out for maybe a couple of weeks, which kind of. Right. But it's just like, I don't know, like this is kind of getting ridiculous at this point.
Exactly. Yeah, as I said, I mean, especially later in the season, because you remember Harp had some back soreness and everything, and I couldn't even play him, so he just had to sit out. And now you could just DH him. It's wonderful.
Yeah. I mean,
wonderful.
I'm trying to think because I think Brad Miller would also make a good DH because
we need to bring him back.
We need to bring him back on the bench. We got to bring back Torres. I mean, he's done wonders for us.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Because I mean, those are the two guys I would like to have on the bench. Probably go look out for others. Probably on a cheaper deal.
Just trying to think. Honestly, I don't think that Kevin Pillar in center field would be the worst idea ever.
I don't see. I wouldn't have to think that too, or try to take a shot at Kevin Kiermaier. He's another guy that's another guy. But then again, he's kind of more defensive than anything else, so it just kind of sucks because it's like he's great defensively, but he's just okay as an offensive player. But I think Kevin Pillar would not be that much of a bad idea. I mean, you could probably get him from maybe, if I had to put an estimate, probably at least 8 to 10 million at best on like a maybe like a 1 or 2 year deal, give or take.
Deal. That's my guess. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that either. It's just like we need a lot of help.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The center field is just a nightmare, as I said before.
I mean, it's just like, when I look at the rotation now as we go into the season, I think we have a possibility. We have a pretty good rotation if Eflin stay healthy, because I think he showed a lot of promise the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think so.
Nola needs to find a way to get back to his 2018 self. Zach Wheeler can just keep doing what he's doing. And then Ranger Suarez, that's a very interesting story from him. Like, that was very interesting to me.
He just went off. Like, that could be a great, see, that's the thing I love about him. Like, came up in our organization. I just love that.
Yeah, man, kind of flip-flop between starter and reliever. And then plus we still got a Kyle Gibson for another year. I think he's been pretty decent. Been on and off a little bit. Yeah, but if you can find a way to bounce back from that second half, I think he should be fine.
When he first came here, he was great. And then he just fell off at the final 6 weeks.
Final 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, 6 weeks were awful. Yeah. He was great though when we first got first of all, he was kind of in a slump when we acquired him from Texas, and then his first couple starts here were pretty good.
Yeah. Like I said, plus the thing too, because Dante also brought this up too. Like, he kills the Astros when he pitches against the Astros. He kills them pretty much.
Who was this?
Kyle Gibson.
Oh yeah.
He's been he's pretty much the thorn in the Astros side, basically.
Yeah,
I was like,
for a while.
And another guy. I think another team that's come on the rise, the Texas Rangers.
100%. Corey Seager. Yeah.
Oh, geez, got Corey Seager, $32.5 million a year. You got Simeon. I think he might be playing second for yeah, that's right. They got Corey for short.
Yeah, they signed both of them in the span of 3 days.
I think 3 or 4 days. I forgot who. All I know is there's been some interesting prospects are kind of been signing. Emmanuel Beltre. I forgot where Beltre's going. No, Emmanuel Beltre's been kind of like the somewhat of I know obviously with the lockout, he's kind of been before all this, he was kind of talked about because obviously his relation to Adrian Beltre.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
But it's just and I think that's crazy to think now you get to see Howard. Now I'm also seeing that at least on the ballot going in the next, I think 2024 along with Ruiz. It's Jesus.
Wow.
That's the fact that Rollins managed to stay on the ballot on his first year is
Yeah, I mean, he did win. I mean, well, Ryan Howard also won MVP, but I'd say Rollins definitely didn't fall off as badly as Howard did in his
Nah,
career.
because I think you're supposed to get like at least almost. What was the? I think because he got almost 10% of the vote, so that meant he managed to stay afloat. Well, Ryan Howard, as much as I love the guy, he's just got under 5%. So I mean, honestly,
Right.
I think this. I was looking at the next year's ballot, but that class is weak.
Right, I agree with you.
Because I know you didn't know you just saw the Hans Krause. Oh, that's an interesting one from Ethan.
I like him a lot. Yeah, yep. That made honestly, I think that made Hans Krause made the because honestly, I wasn't personally a big fan of the Kyle Gibson trade. I've been on record saying that. But I think the Hans Krause acquisition made that trade not as ugly.
Yeah, I mean, at least we have. Yeah, because I don't think he did that bad. I think there's a lot of time to kind of tinker things a little bit.
Right.
And it's just
I really like the potential he has. Except for
just super quirky as hell.
A lot of home runs, but that's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I think in one guy I'm really looking forward towards the future is Mick Abel because I've been hearing a lot of good things from him.
I love him.
And the fact that we took him 15th overall. Well, where did he fall? Painter, Andrew Painter, I don't know too much about, which kind of annoys me.
I know he just throws gas. I know that.
Well, we're seeing a lot of kids, teenagers nowadays that do that.
Yeah.
But it's just like the fact that, and now, because I want to get your thoughts on when we brought back Bobby Dickerson, and then we bring in Kevin Long as the new heading and infield coach. I want to kind of get your thoughts on those.
I love it though because our infield defense, if you remember, was a lot better in 2019.
Yeah.
Than it was in 2020 and 2021 because our defense, especially in 2021, awful. I mean, our defense all the way on awful. So I think bringing Bobby Dickerson back, of course, he went to the Padres as the first base coach, and now that he's back, I mean, I think it's a great thing for our infield defense, and it's just going to improve our defense.
Overall. Oh yeah, I mean, because I think from what I've read, we had like a little bit over 3 WAR under Bobby Dickerson as the infield coach.
Oh, I know.
Because if him and Kevin Long, because I'll say this, if him and Kevin Long can figure out Alec Boehm, and they can finally get him set him straight.
That's a really good point.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting because I think, and look, I think both of us can agree we were very harsh on Alec Boehm because I feel like 2020 was a short sample size, and we got to see what he did in his first 462 games. I think there's still a potential there to really work on some things.
Yeah, it was just a sophomore slump.
Yeah, but it's just like we all know the power is there in that bat. I mean, we've seen it.
Right.
Oh yeah, my buddy Jay Taco subbed up to your channel as well because I put your channel in the link. But yeah, for those who are new coming in, I put his link in the chat and it's in the description. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Long is like that was for me. That was an interesting one for me because the fact
that he's still under contract with Washington.
Yeah, and the fact that he also has ties to Harper, which I think that's another one that's. Yep. Hey, my buddy Naomi. Yeah, it's true. This goddamn lockout's kind of pissing me. It's kind of pissing us both off. And it's just like, it kind of gets to the point where it's just like, I don't know. Like, now my question is obviously with the lockout, but way before the lockout, where would you think Seiya Suzuki? I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Where do you think he would land?
I feel like where I predicted him to go.
I feel like there's a few teams in mind. I feel like the Yankees because they have it
somewhere.
So I feel like Suzuki.
I know it wasn't Philly. I know that.
No, Philly because we don't really have a good history of taking international Japanese players. And Yankees is the one team I feel like.
Reporter Trevor Plouffe, apparently, Philly's not going to, really
yeah. And it's just like for me, I think when it came to that, I think the one team that came to mind, I feel like it's a very favorable landing spot is probably the Yankees because they have a history of that. Hideki Matsui, Masahiro Tanaka. Who's another one that comes to mind? Oh God, I'm really trying to think. God, those are the only. That's bad. That's bad.
I know they were making a big push for Shohei. I know that, but he didn't want to.
But he went to the Angels.
Yeah.
Because
he didn't want to play, in the, up north.
See, I never knew that, so that was kind of news to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But the fact, shit. But yeah, I mean,
I remember that.
Yeah. So my thing is like, do you think you see Juan Soto being a potential MVP in the National League?
100%. I mean, like honestly, I was just thinking about this today. It's really funny. I said honestly, the Harper Soto MVP race, because like of course Tatis was good, but he wasn't in his category. Like that was one of the tightest MVP races in history.
That was very
unbelievable. It could have gone either way. Really.
See, I would say. I mean, I know for us, if Harper didn't win, we're going to be mad, but I really can't be because they're two former teammates going at it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
like that's something I can't hold against. But hell, man, at least our guy got it. But right, I think if Soto does get the contract he wants, which I do think someone's going to take a chance on it, I wouldn't be surprised if he was going to be probably like God, I'm trying to think. I know the Dodgers may be a potential spot for Juan Soto because I know how they are. Oh God, I'm trying to think of other teams that it's known for spending money.
I don't think that
Yankees. I don't think they're gonna. There's no shot because
right.
I mean, they still got contracts with Cole and Stanton.
No.
I feel like
they have to pay Judge too.
Yeah, and Judge too.
They might trade him.
Ooh, that's an interesting. Well, that's. I might look into that probably later, but yeah, it's just like that's very interesting. The fact that he's going to trade Judge for a guy that I don't know. That kind of shocks me a little bit for a guy like someone like Judge.
They have a lot of money tied into.
That's absolutely true.
But the Yankees, though, I thought, right?
But they're not paying Judge that much. They're paying like a minimum salary from what I saw on his contract. It's like
but the time's running out.
Yeah. That's just like the fact that he's getting paid minimum. It's like that's shocking. You just see rookies nowadays are getting the bag. Wander Franco got his extension. But in my honest opinion, I mean, did I think he deserved it? That's for me. I thought it was too soon to tell because of his short sample size. I think it was like 60-something games. I'm not mistaken, 30-something games.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And it's just like I don't know. Like it was just too much to tell.
Right.
It was too early.
Yeah, we need to see more. Yeah.
But I kind of understand why the Rays did it because I mean he's pretty much their future over there at shortstop. And at that time it's like which makes sense, but he could have
just the hype,
I mean I could understand that. Yeah, that's right because he was their number one prospect in their farm system at the time.
Not only was he number one, but he was like really good.
So Ethan asks,
number one.
Do you think? I really hope so.
Oh gosh.
If they can find a way to pull out an agreement and we can get baseball on time, I'll be really happy.
I think they will. I think I gave my theory yesterday. I said that the players don't get paid during spring training. So
I mean,
with them waiting it out, how is this good? Because how is this hurting them? You know what I'm saying? Of course, once it affects the regular season, and guess what else is going to be affected? Their paychecks. Then of course, then they know.
Yeah, and then the owners are going to be losing money because of games and all this stuff. There's a lot of things.
They're losing money now. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that
it's your fault.
And I thought this whole something about the minor leaguers are kind of standing up for. And really let's be real, that's something I might even talk about in like a different couple streams. It's just like my displeasure that seeing the treatment of minor leaguers, and I've been watching a few former minor league guys who played in the minor leagues just share stories of how bad they were getting. Because the one guy I watched, Matt Antonelli, was one guy that I
like him.
Yeah, that's just like shit.
Right.
That's something. Well, because that's something I would have known.
Yeah, not treatable.
But for me, I mean, I think overall, on paper, we got some good talent, but just like you said, we have a lot of holes to fill. I think 100%. At best for this team, I feel like we have more like a wild card, but I don't know, man. I mean, now my question is, where do you think Freddie Freeman will wind up? For me, I see the Dodgers go back to California.
Man.
See, that's tough.
I don't see that happen. I think he might. I mean, of course, the Yankees are tied up. I think he might end up there. I mean, because I think that they have a history of doing this kind of stuff and signing these big league, big name free agents, and
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he went to the Yankees, really.
Because
Or back to the Braves, because he's like the Chipper Jones type guy. Like, he's, I don't know.
Because I mean,
it's hard
even
to
though
say.
he's already been there for a decade, it's like the fact
Hard to
that they have
believe.
not offered him an extension is beyond my imagination. For a guy
Right.
that's dedicated his 10 years there,
Now a
finally
World
one of
Series
the
champion. Yeah.
yeah, and then the fact that you don't offer an extension, just let him walk. Oh, I mean, I know I don't like talking about the rival, but I really can't hate Freddie. Freddie Freeman's just
Right.
one of the guys you
Great
cannot
guy.
absolutely hate. It's just
he's
like
just a class
it
act.
bugs me the
He
fact
is.
that they're if he finds a way to sign somewhere else, that's going to come back to hurt them, and I think that really should be said.
Yeah,
But
they got to pay Acuna, Albies,
Albies,
Riley.
yeah, I mean Riley's been an interesting one, obviously from his the turnaround he had. I don't know. I think hopefully if this deal can get done, I think this is going to be very interesting to really look at because you're seeing. For me, I don't think Clayton Kershaw's leaving the Dodgers. There's no way in hell. If he finds somewhere, but then again, nothing's out of the possibility for the right
honestly,
price.
I've forgotten some. Like I knew Kershaw was still free agent, but like this lockout has been so long, it's made me forget.
We tend to forget.
Who's not? Yeah.
Because it's like, last time who else is I'm trying to think. Because the only one of the big free agent names that I saw before the lockout was Freddie and Kershaw.
Right.
And maybe Baez if you're lucky. But
Correa's on that list too.
Yeah, Correa.
Mm-hmm.
The question
Castellanos.
Castellanos.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like us and like a few other teams is I know we were one of many teams to be tied with Nick Castellanos. I know Freddie's already gone, which I mean, I like the guy, but I think he's pretty much going to do well in Japan. The fact that it's weird to really see some of these other leagues kind of really getting started, like the KBOs. I feel like it's going to get started very soon. I've been seeing
because they actually could get a CBA together and play.
Yeah, it's just like that's like I mean the only baseball we're going to get other is college baseball, KBO, New Japan,
minor league baseball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very upsetting.
I also heard that they're increasing more games for in the minor leagues. From what I read. Absolutely, my good buddy Mets Talk with Hayden. Absolutely.
Yes. What's up, Hayden?
Yeah, so he's been another good baseball friend of mine. Good old Raphael. Yeah, I mean, I think we're all sick of it at this point.
Oh, 100%.
It's just kind of.
I think that it's gonna something. If there's not an agreement made, like there's at least going to be significant progress. I'd be very surprised if there wasn't.
Yeah, I mean,
this is tomorrow and every other day to follow. I believe that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too. Because it's like, really hoping fingers crossed for this shit, man. Because it's it's just like there are times it's like if this shit doesn't get done, like I'm gonna have to risking myself getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning each and every night, every morning to watch the KBO because, I mean, like what other baseball is there? I mean, you got Nippon, Japan, or Korea. I mean.
Right.
At times, watch reruns of college baseball. Or, hell, fuck it. Even watch college softball for all I care. It's just like we need something because it's like this lockout is ridiculous.
It is. And it's an owner-imposed lockout.
I don't know, man, but shit. But my thing is, say the lockout is over. Like, what other free agents would you look at for free agents to bring in?
Honestly, I've had my eyes on. I still do. Kyle Schwarber for left.
Schwarber, I'm on mine.
I just would love that. I mean, he's kind of has a little bit of
I feel like a strikeout problem. I feel like it's kind of like a little bit of a knock, but I think Kevin Long can fix that.
100%. Well,
the fact
he did it when he was with Washington because
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Kyle Schwarber pop off. Now, Mets. Hayden says, to be honest, I think both sides are on good terms. It's just the super. Whoa, okay, that's something. Oh, an arbitration, but bonus pool money, everything else. Okay, see,
Right.
I mean,
He's
so
right.
far,
He's
good
right.
news, man. Oh God, please, just if we can find a way to get with these
It's
Super
funny though
Twos.
because the reporters don't really the writers don't really talk about the other stuff. All they do is focus on the negatives. They don't really talk about how they agreed on
Oh
the
yeah,
things. They just
that's
keep
something that kind
focusing
of
on.
annoys some of the crap out of me. They want to spin
Oh my gosh, they're
spin
awful.
the narrative is like, oh, this does not get done. Where you're seeing these other like reliable sources kind of bring it to light at times.
Terrible.
It's just like I don't
That's
know.
why I try to be,
I'm just seeing this as a whole picture.
Right.
Because
I understand it's bad, but like,
yeah.
so
But the fact that they're on good terms with each because of if it's just for arbitration, that's kind of, and look, I kind of understand, arbitration is a pain in the ass, and I do really understand that, but it's just like the fact that what made Hayden said they're both in agreement. I have a really good feeling. Oh yeah. I would not mind that Schwarber as a DH. I would not be.
But I honestly, we got to look at who's the worst defender on the team, and I still think that Alec Bohm is a worst defender.
Yeah. I mean, you could also make an argument for Roman Quinn at the same time, but he's gone.
Yep.
But I think he'll be successful elsewhere. Just I don't feel like this was a fit for him, so to speak.
See, like whenever he got hot, he always would get hurt.
Yeah.
It was annoying. Like his whole career.
Like the fact that was it like ACL that he tore, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah. I believe it was Achilles.
Jeez. That's another word. I mean, we saw what happened to Ryan Howard in 2011 when he tore that. He was not the same ever since.
Very sad. Ruined his career.
Yeah. And let me look. I mean, he had a good career here. I mean, I can't take that away from him. Same with Utley, Ruiz. Who else?
Yeah,
Worth. I know 50 Philly fans are 50-50 on Worth at times because of what he did. Pat Burrell. Yeah, I can't fault him, but still, he helped contribute. I think probably one of the better pitches that I enjoy watching was Brett Myers. I don't think a lot of people
that home run.
No,
that was Blanton.
No, that was Blanton, but his walking at CC in the play against.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
It was just crazy too. I actually enjoy it. He's actually he's like a country singer now.
He also was a terrible hitter though. I think.
Yeah, I think he was.
He was an awful hitter. Yeah.
But the fact that he put up such a great at bat against prime CC at the time, it's like shit.
Yeah. And that Joe Blanton home run.
You'll never forget that. I don't think Matt Sayers came down at all back in Dodger Stadium.
I think. Gosh, yeah, that ball.
But
it was at the end of the night, as Joe Buck said.
Probably one of my least favorite commentators, but
he's not very,
yeah,
he hates Philly. When the Phillies,
I think everybody hates Philly at this point. It's just what it is. But I mean, look, we'll take the hate and wear it like a badge of honor. Basically, that's how we are. And it's just like that too. It's just like I don't know. There's some prospects I'm very interesting to see who's going to come up. Bobby Witt Jr. for the Royals. I feel like I really have high. I have high hopes for him. Who else? I know Bryson Stott got a little bit of some hype coming up with him.
He's gonna probably, yeah.
I'm trying to think who else is probably the biggest prospects. As some prospects are hopefully trying to make their way to the majors. I don't know. I mean, those are the only two that comes to mind. But shit.
I haven't looked at it in a while.
Like you said, man, this is ridiculous. And that's another thing. What surprises me is the fact that the Reds got Andrew Neff. That's something that I'm going to have to unsee that, unfortunately. But I do think, did we even get a catcher before the lockout?
No, we haven't.
That's another thing we need. We need a backup for JT.
I think it should just be Marshawn, honestly.
Marsha. The fact that this kid.
That should be a trade candidate, though.
Yeah. Well, if we can find a way to pull off a trade with him and get another JT or who's like a known backup, I would not be mine. But if we can't find a way to get a trade off, I mean, keep him because I think there's a lot.
Help. That's what I want.
Yeah, bullpen. If you can get a couple bullpen pieces with throwing in with Marshawn too. Help. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we need bullpen. We need some outfield help. Maybe get another starter or two. Maybe
this is where I would have loved to see Adam Hazley develop in center. This is when it makes me very sad.
Yeah, because I've watched his college tape. It's just weird to see how much he has fell off. Like
Right.
potential's there, but just like how much longer is he going to be stuck around? I mean, we all know he's great defensively. We all know that he's good defensively, but just like his hitting needs a lot of work. But I think
I
that's where
agree.
where I feel like Kevin Long comes into play.
Right.
Um,
Oh, Kevin
and
Long's awesome.
yeah, the fact, and I think God, the fact he's been with so many teams, it's like he's been with Washington, he's been with New York.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, Joe Girardi. Yep.
oh, right, and that's right. And Joe Girardi was a former player. God, it was just weird because I
And
was
they had
watching a few.
some,
Yeah, I was seeing a few clips as a Joe as a player. It's like there is no way in hell he was a player back. I was like, shit. Well, that's. But it's another thing too. It's just like I don't know, man. It's just like obviously, like
also, he helped transform Juan Soto's career. I mean, like unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean,
Rendon,
like some of these guys. Hell, even Bryce
Schwarber.
Yeah, Schwarber's another guy. Now I want to get your thoughts on Zimmerman retiring. For me, I thought, man, shit, the fact that he spent all those years with just one team, it's just like, damn, I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, of course, he killed us, but
yeah,
I think he's a classy man. I think he's a great leader. I think that he's the kind of guy who can be a manager. I mean, I think
at least like an infield coach of some sort.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's a good leader. I respect him a lot.
Oh yeah, even though, like you said, he was a thorn in our side for years.
Oh my gosh.
I think I don't know. I mean, there's like some like we all know that the Detroit Tigers are up and coming. Jeez, there's some interesting.
Because I know the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, they still got a couple years, but
yeah,
I
it's just
that
like
John Means guy though, man. He should have.
I've been hearing they're trying to ship him. It's like shit.
Yeah, I heard that. Yep. I think Cedric Mullins. I think
Cedric Mullins. I think it's another guy I would like to have in the outfield.
He's young too, which I
like. The fact, and he was a great hitter this past year. Right. I think if we can find a way, because if we can try to find a way to get Cedric Mullins, and at least I mean to take a chance on John Means, because I think John Means has, I think he can do well here. I mean, because I feel like. I don't know if Eflin can't stay healthy. Would you consider trading Eflin and trying to get another starter in return, or try to go after one?
I don't know if you'd risk it, but I mean, I guess you could. I mean, but I like Eflin, but it depends on who you trading for.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, but if he does find a way to, yeah, but
you have to kick in some more. But
yeah,
if the numbers if it kind of went our way, then I'd be in favor of it.
Oh yeah, but we're gonna have to wait and see till this lockout's over. But
they got a lot of work to do. A lot of teams have a lot of work to do.
Oh yeah, and at times, like when I do like live streams, at times when it comes to because it's like a lot of some other fans, content creators can never let me down because how we got swept by the Diamondbacks, we lost 2 or 3 of Pittsburgh. What else? We got swept by Baltimore.
Who else? That was in 2020, but.
I think we also got swept by them in 2021 last season as well.
Baltimore?
No. Baltimore was last year, but like I'm talking about like this. Oh God, who else did we lose to? That's bad.
Marlins so frequently. I mean,
oh, gee, that's another problem that I have with this team. Like how
the Nationals, though, I say that.
Well, we can beat everybody else, but we cannot find a way to beat the Marlins with a damn.
No, their pitching staff has our number. I don't know. They're good. They're good. They have a great pitching staff.
And we got a young one too. We got Sixto Sanchez, Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah, he kind of had to step back, but
yeah,
he's still good.
Shit.
They dumped Jorge though, man. They gave up on him quick.
Yeah, but I feel like San Diego's going to find a way to make good use of him. I feel like a lot of teams just like
they have also Nola. I didn't get that. I don't know why they.
Yeah, they had Nola and Victor Carantini.
Right. Yeah, they also San Diego. I forget who they traded. Francisco Mejia to Tampa Bay.
I forgot who. Wait, Mejia's for Tampa Bay? Oh, that's news to me.
Yeah, that was last year. Yeah.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't see. I don't think Miami's not that. Like, it's not like a bad team, but they got a lot of. I don't think they have that much to work with when in terms of because the talent that they have in their farm system is out. It's just bright. There's a lot of bright. It's a bright future down in
Rojas,
Miami.
others, yeah.
You
Or
say
no,
who?
no, 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 no. Is it Mesa or I forget
Oh
who.
God, who was it? Because
Mesa or
I
something
think
like that.
Mesa.
Something
I
like
don't
that.
know. Like he's probably one of the top prospects in their farm system.
Yeah, they're great.
If I want to have to guess with this team, I feel like an overall, I think they say it's. I feel like the right. Okay, was it like was it third? Okay, I think the best where Miami can finish is fourth place. I mean, because they're going to probably need a lot more work going in
Right.
the next couple
Nationals
of years.
definitely in the basement.
Yeah, because it's like since they blew up that team basically, and just like we're not never the same, but still kept Strasburg. Who else did they keep? That was still they got rid of Young Gomes to the Oakland Athletics, but now he's with the Cubs. Because I made a handful of different videos on the trade deadline.
I think you know what I was thinking about this day. You know what would be a good name for us? Possibly Josh Harrison.
Josh Harris.
Yeah, switch hitter.
Ooh,
play around the diamond.
Okay.
That could work.
I wouldn't mind that because I think he could also be a good bench piece too to help out with.
He killed us though with the Washington. If you remember, we had him in 2020 spring training. Remember, he asked for a release.
Yeah, which just like that is that annoyed me to no end. That still bothered me. It's just like you had something there, and I don't know. But that's just something. But then again, at the end of the day, I mean, it is a business after all. But damn, like literally, you couldn't.
Right. I agree.
But yeah, because I don't
want to felt the trade too.
but still, I mean, maybe we got Bryson Stott coming up, which honestly, I'm really looking forward to.
He's going to be up this year, 100%.
I really, because I just say bring him up because it's like I think Didi's time as a placeholder has really run its course, and I think from what we've been hearing and what we've been seeing in like some clips, I think he's ready.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's been hinting to it on his Twitter. Honestly, if you want my opinion, because I remember when we signed Didi at the end of the 2019 season, I was not really a big fan of it because if you remember in 2019 he had an injury riddled season, he wasn't productive, and then in 2020 he was great, and then I really wanted him back, and then of course he came back into 2021. Didi was the Didi I thought we would get, when we signed him in 2019.
Yeah, and then we saw what's the just had a hard time seeing on the field.
No, it really wears you down.
It does, man. It really does.
Really wears you down.
And I don't know if you can agree with this because I feel like we were getting hot at the right time. I think losing Hoskins really hurt us.
Oh my gosh, 100%. It's hurt us it hurt us in 2020.
It hurt us the last couple of years. It's like shit. And look, I'll give Bryce a lot of props for trying to carry this team on his back, but it's just like I don't feel like it was not enough.
Yeah, I think I made a video about that maybe a month or two ago. Yeah.
And which is funny only the thing I found about Rhys Hoskins is like in the Australian Baseball League, and it's like, who the hell is this guy? That's like because I don't know who the hell Rhys Hoskins was at the time. I think that was like either like 2015 or 2016.
I heard it first time in 2016.
Yeah, because it's like
run to right center field off of I forget who.
Yeah. But shit, but I mean, I think Hoskins. I don't think he's I don't think he's bad, but I think he's good enough to where like he's. I don't know. Like it's hard to describe Hoskins at times.
Yeah, I mean, he could really carry. But his up and downs are just so dramatic.
Yeah, but I think
to the part where he actually makes me legit mad. Like when he,
I think makes everybody mad.
0-2 count, or no, he's battled the whole entire at bat. Like he's in a 3-2 count, fouling off all these tough pitches. There's a fastball right down the middle of the plate. He just stands.
Oh, trust me, as a current player myself, that triggers the living crap out of me because it's like literally you're getting a pitch to hit for the love of God. I think another guy I thought I had a little high hopes for was Cousins, but unfortunately, I feel like he
I believe he ran out of minor league options.
Yeah, which is a shame. But I mean,
who's he now? Football player, right?
I don't know what he's doing now. I think shit. It's just like now we're seeing. I don't know, man. It's just like seeing with this lockout. It's just like I know we've been kind of going at this for about 45 minutes. It's like there's really nothing to talk about. It's just like kind of like what's up. What can we expect? If the CBA gets done. And hopefully they need. Oh, and that's another thing too. The fact that the 20-year agreement for the steroid test. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to ask. What are your thoughts? What is your reaction on that?
That's a joke. I mean, that's a joke. I mean, they're taking these rules too far. How they can't, the executives can't communicate with the players if it's not about negotiating. I mean, you're really going to let these guys run wild like this? I mean, come on. Where's the law and order here? I mean, come on.
Exactly. Yeah, there's like no median in between.
People love it.
And I've been saying this too. Is it's like for me, the fact that we're still stuck with Manfred till after 2024 is
his election,
dumb.
I think is this year. I think.
What's that?
I think his elections every 4 years, and I think
Jesus
Christ, in 2018. So it's this summer.
God damn,
it's a shame we can't vote because I'm sure.
And I also think too, and that's what I said too. And I also made a video to also saying, I think fans should also get the opportunity to vote for the Hall of Fame because some of these writers don't even know what the hell they're talking about.
No,
that's a joke. Some of these writers are a joke.
I think Barry Bonds not being elected in the Hall of Fame.
That's
right.
See, for me, that's like I literally facepalm. It's like before the steroids. If you looked at what he was like, even though I get it, he was not the most well-liked person off the field, but when it comes to in between the lines, yeah, that's a different animal right then and there. Same with Roger Clemens is another guy that I thought he was. I would hope to see get into the Hall of Fame because I had a lot of respect.
I think that he should have probably been
because he's a dog. I'll say, what is going on, my Max coverage? What's going on, my guy? Well, yeah, it's just like, and which is crazy too. Like I've been seeing like some clips of Roger. The fact that Roger Clemens is still going at it, can still do it at 50. What is he like 51 or 52? The fact that he did it against his sons at the Texas alumni game. Right. Yeah. Tell me about it, Max. Like that is ridiculous. That is a joke by the writers. And the fact that I saw, was it Giraffe? I think Giraffe Murray showed a couple screenshots of a couple writers left their ballots playing. I was like I literally was I was speechless. It's like, are you serious? I think this is this is when Rollins and Howard and a handful of others were making their debut on the ballot this year. But that's just a joke. But hey, man, congrats to Big Papi to getting in there.
Oh, I love him.
Just like, and a lot of people, and I told a lot of people too, it's like the fact that, I mean, yeah, I think you and I always remember him as a Red Sox, but a lot of people don't know that he started with the Twins.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like, shit, that was like, that blew my mind.
It's first, and then he was like traded for.
I think he was, because I was saying he also got DFA'd in 2002. Got picked up in 2000 or 2000 or late 2000.
First year at Boston, I think it was in 03.
Yeah, 03 was his first year in Boston. From 03, I think he spent from 03 to 14. Holy crap.
03 to 16.
16? Is that Jesus? Yeah. Then again, I mean, got 3. I think another guy I think he should need to make a case is John Lester. I think John Lester needs to make. You can make a case for him.
I think he could do it. He's a World Series champion.
3-time actually. Well, wait a minute.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Shit.
Cubs.
Yeah, Cubs in 2016. I'll hold my hand up. I did jump on the bandwagon. I did jump on the bandwagon in 2016 because I want to see the Cubs do.
Me too.
Another guy
had a really beat up team that year, like Michael Martinez, former Phillies.
Oh my God.
He made the final.
He's the one guy I did not like whatsoever.
Yeah, Rajai Davis.
I thought he was.
Napoli,
I think
was he on that team?
I think Mike Napoli was on the team. You still had Santana there.
Yeah.
This is before like Bieber and Plesac kind of broke onto the scene. You still had Roberto Perez. He was still. The fact that Roberto Perez left Cleveland, that is.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that. That's the weirdest thing. It's like. I mean, it kind of does make sense. I mean, they did trade Jacob Stallings to where did Jacob Stallings go to? Oh shit! Hang on. God, I don't remember where he went up.
It's on the tip of my tongue. If you said it, I'd know.
I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, you gotta look it up.
Because I can't remember. Because I know the team, and I can't think. Oh wait a minute! Is it Miami? I'm thinking Miami. Yeah, he went to Miami. That's right. I forgot he went to Miami.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then the fact they get
interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah,
I thought Stalling was very promising.
Right.
I think another guy I thought I had was promising over the years was Russell Martin. I actually really enjoyed watching Russell Martin play.
Yeah. Where he last played for the Dodgers, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think twice he played with the Dodgers twice.
Yeah, he played with the Dodgers twice.
Yeah, and then he with Toronto.
I think it was the 08 championship series when he was walking back to the dugout. He like got his mask and he threw it against
Oh
the
yeah,
wall.
yeah.
So I like doing the Blue Jays. Like that, like Blue Jays team with like Edwin, Josh Donaldson.
You still have Joey Bats at the time.
Martin, Tulo. That was
unbelievable. I think another guy I think you should make a case for is Tulo for the whole.
Possibly.
I don't know.
I just don't
That's a possible, but still, I mean, I feel like there's a few. Yeah, Tulo, but I feel like his career was very cut short because of injuries. Because I feel like if he was healthy, I think we could have saw what Tulo was all about. Because I think he brought that hype. I think. When was that? The late 2000s when he was with Colorado?
I think he got up in 07.
Okay, yeah, I think 07 is just like shit.
Sure.
The fact that he still used the same glove throughout his entire career, and we still like the wear that it has, is like shit. That's crazy. But I think another guy, well, I mean, we all know that Albert Pujols is a no doubter because of what the kind of career he paved out. My buddy CG, he loves everything Colorado, but he loves Tulo. Just like, I don't know, man. Tulo was I thought Tulo showed a lot of promise, which is unfortunately with all the injuries he had, it's like, man, that sucked. I feel like there's a forgotten one. I think a lot of people don't remember. Ubaldo Jimenez. I feel like he's just been forgotten.
Oh my gosh, is that the 2016 AL wildcard game when Buck Showalter decided to play him against Edwin Encarnacion?
Oh yeah, I remember.
And Zach Britton. Oof.
Ooh, wow.
Edwin didn't pay.
Even with prime Ubaldo Jimenez was very unhittable.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's just like
that was not pretty.
Yeah. But
that should have got him fired, really. That's how bad it was. With the season on the line.
Oh yeah.
Not the right decision.
I mean, I think it was 20. They haven't been ever been the same since after 2014, or is it 2013?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Because 2013 is the year of Detroit. Which, let's be real, I wanted to see Mickey actually. I really hope Mickey can get one at some point to finish off his Hall of Fame career, because he's another guy.
He's got 500 career home runs, right, Mickey?
I think he has over 500.
Yeah, he did.
Because Pujols is right now is on the track to almost to 700.
He's gonna make the Hall of Fame.
Holy shit! It's like this. The fact that you're seeing these two guys, like, it's just crazy to really think about how far Mickey has come along in his career. Especially the fact that he started with the Marlins back in the late 90s is like.
I love that when they were trying to intentionally walk him and he just went the other way.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember that. But it's just like, I think not the time. Oh yeah, that's right. I think that was during time Dombrowski was there in the 90s.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, he built that team up from scratch, and the fact that they won a World Series how Dombrowski built that team is it's surprising to say the least. But the fact that we're seeing
encouraging for us,
yeah, and the fact that God, Giancarlo Stanton played for the Marlins back when they were known as the Florida Marlins. Yeah, that's crazy to really think about. It's like, this cannot be the same player that was with the Florida Marlins, or what was used to be the Florida Marlins. That had to be their early 2010, 22.
Yeah, I think it was 2012 when it was 2012 when
because Halliday's game was in 2010. Yeah, that was in the 2010s. But I think it's just like, but yeah, I mean, I really got nothing else to add, just other than, I mean, it was a pleasure having you on after almost about a year. Because just kind of grinding away on this channel a little bit.
Yeah, just like with the lockout, honestly, what I see happening is I think if they don't get it ironed out this week, I mean, they're going to get it done. You know, you might see opening day get deleted like a week. But honestly, I think you're going to see something get done in the next 2 weeks. And I honestly, I think it's going to be this week. I think
they're going to find a way to get it done, because the fact from what made it, Hayden said that they're, other than I think the arbitration is the only thing that's what's keeping them from making that.
Have a couple loose ends other than that, but you're right. Yeah.
But the fact they're still in agreement on both sides, for me, I feel it's like some good news to really hear. But
I think you're going to see maybe meet halfway or something, and they might just concede on some other things. Like they don't have anything. The players don't have really anything to lose right now. They want to be with their girlfriends or wives or kids.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to be like. Of course, like they love the game of baseball, but if they could kind of push back spring training a little bit, I think that they're not going to be opposed to it.
I don't think they would. And
They
plus,
they already complained it's too long anyway. So
yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. I mean,
Well,
and also
their
just sold
paycheck,
too. Like the
it's
Players
just
Association also agreed to, like they also like agreed to like obviously I forgot what they agreed to because I think they lowered to 80%. I don't know what it was, which was I can't really think off the top of my head. But the fact that we're also getting a DH, I was thinking to myself like you could also like just could have. And another thing too is just like before we kind of wrap it up.
Yep.
Another good thing I was just like during the CBA meeting is like, is there any way you guys can cut the goddamn extra inning rule out? Because that is fucking way too cheap. That's a cheap ass way to win. I'm sorry.
It's way too easy for the home team. It's like a gimme. And
not just that. It could be it's a cheap win for both or home and away teams a lot of the time.
If you're in the top of the 10th inning as a away team, if you don't get the job done, like and the media orders coming up for the home team, bottom 10, you might as well just call it a day.
Yeah, pretty much at the end of the day. But Luke, man, I appreciate you coming on. Kind of doing it for a little bit of an hour because I know it's crazy how much a year has come along. I mean, last time we did it because I was, because remember you were on my channel where I was at a little bit almost over close to 70 at the time. Right. Now we're sitting over a little bit almost to 350 as it stands. But
I'm pushing for 1K, and I hope to get it this summer.
That's kind of where I'm going to try to be. But like we said, for those who are going to watch the replay of this, his channel link is in the description. Try to help him get to 1K. I really would appreciate it because if you like any Phillies content or any baseball content in general, he's the guy. He's the guy you want to check out. But with that out of the way, Luke, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
But with that being said, this is Robert from the Phillies Sports Talk Podcast. I'll see you guys next week.